Today we are going to be presenting about different types of things in chemistry. This presentation is done by Wynne, Ritchie, Perry, and Kelly. Fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is when you separate a liquid mixture into different liquids which are elements. This is done if they have different boiling points. This can be done when the liquid with the lower boiling point boils first, and then it will turn into gas, which can condense and turn into liquid, and now you can have two different liquids. So as you can see at the bottom, this is a contraption for a fractional distillation. The Bunsen burner will burn the mixture, and then the liquid with the boiling point will boil. It'll turn to gas, it will move up, and then it will go through a tube which then cools down and condenses and goes into a beaker which now contains the new liquid. Fractional distillation of crude oil. This is when you separate different types of oil from crude oil. The crude oil is the oil which is taken up directly from the ground or from the sea. The crude oil can have a mixture of different types of oil such as gas, petrol, naphtha, kerosene, diesel, and bitumen. So how this works is that the crude oil is heated up, and then the oils which have the low boiling point will boil first. It will go up the tube, condenses at different parts of the tube, and then it will cool down, turn into the liquid form, and go into a beaker. And now you can separate the oil from the other oils, and you can choose which oil you want to use. So as you can see at the bottom, there will be bitumen, and followed by diesel, kerosene, naphtha, petrol, and gases right at the top.
Chromatography in crime investigations. That is my part of this presentation. And chromatography is to analyze mixtures by separating them into chemicals or pigments. And it is useful to identify which source or substance are they from. Forensic science use ink chromatography to solve crimes by matching found evidence at a crime scene to identify the traces left behind by the suspect, such as fingerprint, blood, hair, or any type of evidence. Chromatography is the science of separation, which is the separation. Yeah, you get it. It is used to separate out components from a mixture by differential partitioning between mobile phase and a stationary phase. Forensic science deal with collection and analyze of evidence pertaining to a court case or an investigation, and they do this to find them a lead to the suspect. And chromatography in a crime investigation again, but this is gas chromatography or gas liquid chromatography. Involves using a liquid stationary phase and a gas mobile stage. In forensics, gas chromatography is to identify any traces of drugs that has been left behind in a deceased body. Maybe people who have died, they have done drugs, and they can trace it by using gas chromatography. And the two phases here that we have heard a lot in this presentation is that what is a stationary phase and what is a mobile phase. The stationary phase is when the stage is when water is trapped between the cellulose fiber of paper, and it's stuck between the paper. And what is the mobile phase? Of developing solution, when the solution travels to the stationary stage with its sample. So when it's moving to the point where the ink is. And that's pretty much chromatography in a crime investigation. There's more to this, which we can find, but its main use is to find the evidence in a suspect and to get a lead in the investigation.
Extracting metals from ores. There are three main methods to extract metals from ores. First one is reduction of ores with carbon, and the second one is using electrolysis, and the third one is reduction of the ore with a more reactive metal. I'm only going to talk about the first two. And so, using carbon. For this method, you heat the oxide with carbon, making it lose oxygen. Raw materials are added at the top of the furnace, which is the brown thing, and blasts of hot air are blown near the bottom of the furnace. Oxygen in the blasts of air react with coke to form carbon monoxide. This reaction is very exothermic, and the temperature in the furnace reached 2000 degrees Celsius. As the carbon monoxide rises up the furnace, it reacts with the iron ore to form oxide to form iron. Molten iron runs to the bottom of the furnace. It is tapped off from time to time. The molten iron is used to make steel or poured into molds to solidify. The large chunks of iron formed are called pigs, so this metal is called pig iron. This method was one of the first methods discovered, and the process is called metallurgy. Next, electrolysis. Electrolysis is a technique that uses a direct electric current to drive a chemical reaction. In this example, ionic compounds conduct electricity when molten or in a solution. Electrolysis can be used to extract a more reactive metal from the ore. So basically, the methods used to extract metals from the ore in which they are found depends on how reactive they are. Like aluminum is extracted by electrolysis because it's reactive, and less reactive metals like iron can be extracted by reduction with carbon or carbon monoxide.
Mineral deficiency. Mineral deficiency is a lack of dietary minerals. Minerals are some specific kinds of nutrients that your body needs in order to function properly. Body doesn't obtain or absorb the required amount of minerals. The human body requires different amount of each mineral to stay healthy. This can lead to a variety of health problems such as weak bones, simply not getting enough essential minerals from food or supplements. Mineral deficiency. A deficiency often happens slowly over time and can be caused by a number of reasons. It increased need for the minerals, lack of mineral in the diet, or difficulty absorbing the minerals from food are some of most common types. or reason. There are 5 types. Calcium deficiency. It produces few obvious symptoms in the short term. That is because your body carefully regulates the amount of calcium in the body or the blood. Iron deficiency. It develops slowly and can cause anemia. Magnesium deficiency. The kidneys can keep magnesium from leaving the blood through the urine. Potassium deficiency. Potassium deficiency. It includes muscle cramping and weakness. Zinc deficiency. It can cause loss of appetite, taste, or smell. Decreased function of immune system and slowed growth and or other symptoms. Thank you.